offers, tips to improve your game, news, or to locate a bowling center near you. Log on to gobowling.com. Images from the Henry Ford Museum here in Dearborn, Michigan. Wonderful museum exhibits here, including the Rosa Parks bus that you're looking at right there. Also the presidential limousine of JFK. We welcome all those watching us live on FS1. Also those listening live on Fox Sports Radio. My buddy Jason Kiefer driving through Maryland. Just snapped the picture telling me he's listening to the broadcast. I'm not alone.
I got a text from my buddy Troy Kendrick in Las Vegas. He goes, man, this is awesome. I get to listen to you guys on the radio.
How good has the partnership been between Fox and the PBA? We are set for our championship match here at the Cheetah. Dick Allen, Kyle Sherman, separated by 15 years, tons of experience in the Allen camp. Kyle Sherman's got his dad, who's done pretty good in his day as well, behind him, supporting him. Dick Allen has really kind of resurrected his career this season. Already one title, looking for a second, and he's ready to fire right off the bat. That's how you start him, Dick. About an hour and a half ago, Randy, he became the top seed by winning our four-person match number one, which was our seeding match. So he's had time to sit and watch. And what he's done is seen Kyle Sherman win a pair of matches. Took care of McNeil, 290 to 152, won by 138 pins. And then in our last match, he dropped Rhino Page by 25, 229 to 204. Leaves the 10.
He's going to dance with the one he brought, and that's staying with the urethane ball from a lot straighter part of the lane, even though it's the extreme outside part of the lane, and that's where all the friction is. But what a comeback after the qualifying game where he only bowled 172, and like you said, Rob, followed it up with 290, 229.
Closed out match 2 with 11 straight strikes.
Yeah. And then started the next game with 2. So the Andy Verapapa 300 game, 13 in a row.
Head on over to PBA.com. You can check out all the latest officially licensed PBA apparel and merchandise, also for sale here as well. If you're going to be coming out here Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, items include that brand new #Chasing300. The 3/4 sleeve t-shirt, the PBA retro line, host of other unique designs available out there. You can get shopping today by heading to PBA.com. Click on the Shop PBA link on the main menu.
I'm waiting for the ham bone line to come out.
How has it not? You know why? Because some weasel trademarked the phrase ham bone before I could get to it.
Really?
Yeah. Can you tell him a little surly about that?
That's weak.
It is. Weak sauce. Whoa, boy, that 10-pin has been weak sauce for Sherman here.
Yeah. Really nice pitch there by Kyle Sherman, and ring 10 on the left lane, but this looked pretty good. And then see the 6 kind of wrap around the 10-pin there, and it's a good start though for Kyle in that the first 2 shots of the title match, his first ever title match, were pretty successful in that he hit the pocket with both shots.
Remember, these single pin spare conversions are far from a gimme this season.
Well, he's already missed 1 10-pin today. We saw him in the round of 8 miss 2 in his final match, even though he still came away victorious. But we've had a season of missed single pin spares, that's for sure.
Dick Allen is not messing around here in the title match. He is up and dropping 10.
And speaking of misses, Dick Allen was the recipient of that when Sean Rash missed a 10-pin in the 10th frame of their title match, and Dick Allen got up and struck out and stole that title away from Sean. But you're right, Dick Allen stepping up, taking no time, and look at the rotation on that bowling ball.
That's a glorious replay. Wow. Allen 4-1 through his career in title match singles competition. His first came in 02. His last came a couple weeks ago in Lubbock. 3 in a row for Allen.
He's got that unique ball roll, and it's because of what he does with his hand when he lets go of it at the point of release that a lot of times creates some great pin action, and this is good pin action here for Dick Allen.
Opening triple for Allen, South Carolina native. 20th year on the tour.
Well, there's a 15-year age difference between Dick Allen and Kyle Sherman.
Sherman down 21. Again, the 10-pin left standing.
Boy, and this is going to build some character for Kyle Sherman being in this situation. And, you know, the thing I really like about Kyle is he talks about the process out here. You got to learn how to make match play. Then you got to learn how to win matches. You got to learn how to make it to television. And then you have to learn how to win on TV. And right now, this is, well, this is a pretty good lesson he's getting early on from Dick Allen and the 10 pins he's left 3 frames in a row.
He was telling us about the learning curve, how it's starting to go in his direction. He's doing some learning here in the title match, though. Takes care of the 10, remains clean, and immediately asks for a re-rack.
And
advice from probably Rob Gottschall, his tour rep from EBI.
Remember, we are coming your way in primetime all week here on FS1. The big one, Thursday, another major, the PBA World Championship. Jason Belmonte is your top seed. The big story there, he's seeking his record 11th major title, won his 10th earlier this season in Ohio at the TOC.
The shot's going to tell us a lot.
Needs a strike, Randy. Needs it badly in the 4th. Needs it and finds it.
I think Rob wanted him to move in a little bit and open up his angle just a little bit more, and that ball came off the spot or the dry part of the lane a little bit more aggressive as you take a look at Dick Allen's arsenal. Venom shock, and right now looking to add a little bit more venom to his opponent with a 4th strike in a row.
Well, it's been venom, shock, and awe so far for Dick Allen. Opening ham bone here in the title match. And Allen has the first 4 strikes in this match. Should he or any other bowler tonight roll a perfect game? Look, it's just up to Dick at this point, right? Everyone in America with a perfect game, Randy, receives a free game of bowling, courtesy of who else but Go Bowling. To claim your free game, all you got to do is head over to GoBowling.com, register for the Go Bowling Free America promotion. He's a 1/3 of the way there.
Look out.
Yes!
That one kind of laid there. That was inside a target, just a pitch. It held on. And that was a full rack attack when it got there.
shots, Richard. Make better shots. Come on.
Look at that.
Well, you hear him. He's talking to himself,
Yep.
too, Randy. Not
Yep.
happy with that shot.
Yep.
He called himself Richard. Better shots,
Yeah.
Richard. You know he's serious.
Yep.
It's like when I call you Randall, I'm serious.
Yeah.
It's not Randy,
When
it's
I call
Randall.
you Robert, you know it's game on.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to peel.
Yeah.
That 10-pin is just in a nasty mood today. Well, it's no part of Kyle Sherman's game.
You know, that's the hard part, Rob. When you're leaving ring and 10 pins, you're pot committed to the bowling ball you're using, right? Because it's not like you're going from one reactive resin to another. This is straight urethane. Maybe he goes to the other purple hammer that he started with after leaving those string ring and 10s, but the problem is you start to move and adjust off of a ring and 10 pin without changing bowling balls, and a lot of times you might end up losing pocket. This time it comes in just a little bit light, leaving the half 10. So now the question is, what's the move? Is he stay where he is and just soften up? Meaning soften up his ball speed to give the ball a little bit more time to turn the corner?
Good tempo.
What would you tell him?
Man, I think that on that right lane, which appears to be a little bit slicker, that he's got to back his speed down to give the ball enough time to react. I think he's probably okay on this left lane, but we'll see with this shot right here. Is he was a member of the Dallas Strikers last year. Norm Duke choosing him. I think he was the last pick, and everybody was so surprised. But Norm, he's had a propensity of realizing young talent. So he still has the pocket, but he's lost all his pin carry. And you remember when we had the luxury of having Jason Belmonte in the booth, Jason, he told us, well, yeah, you know, it's one thing to be able to hit the pocket, and it's a completely other animal to have your ball go through the pins the right way so you strike.
98% of the time, the 4-pin is covered and converted on the tour. Fifth fair to go with his one strike.
That's how you...
It's Tom Strobel.
That's how you
Right
pick
behind the
foot.
sign. His wife, Kathy, right next to him. Tom, the owner here at Thunderbolt Lanes. What a great host.
Yep, he's awesome. His wife took just to his right.
But she took care of you today.
His left, right side of the screen, yeah.
Now the 10-pin finally bites Allen.
Big shot there for Dick Allen, or as I like to call him, the artist formerly known as Richie. But this is beautiful here. And I'll tell you what, he sure wanted that one, Rob, because he knows he has young Kyle on the ropes. Working on a string of strikes is Dick Allen, only to leave that 10-pin after the front 5.
There's also the artist formerly known as THB.
Typical house bowler.
Good story about that.
It really is. He's got a lot of really good stories.
He's got it tattooed as well. So the story behind typical house bowler?
Well, you know, it's he kind of feels that he's just a typical house bowler, that he's not good enough to even be on tour. He's just a typical house bowler.
Doesn't get the respect.
Doesn't get the respect and whatnot, so he calls himself THB.
For a split second, THB was staring at 7-10. So he's got a comfortable lead right now, up 41, but the game is starting to slip away from him just a little bit.
So THB, meanwhile, has 6 tour titles. He was He was the MVP of the PBA League, I think, on more than one occasion. Yep, for the Silver Lake Adams. Let's put it this way. Nobody's surprised when Dick Allen gets there. Now, can Kyle Sherman turn this around? He's got a max score of 237, and Dick Allen has a max score of 268. So Kyle Sherman right now has to be thinking, Rob, I have to strike out to have any chance. That was lucky. Yeah, that ball really labored to get there. It looked like the execution was really good, but boy, it sure took its time to get to the 1-3.
So just his second strike. And the 4th on the left and on the right here in the 7th. As we begin the 8th.
Oh, good tempo here. Tempo. If you don't do it.
Again, the first of 5 straight nights of primetime PBA coverage here on FS1. Back with you live tomorrow night, 2 Eastern, with the Chameleon Championship. Did I say 2 Eastern? I clearly meant 8 Eastern. And let's look on the positives here for Kyle Sherman. A chance to make history, 7-10 on television.
Yeah.
Only done 3 times. The last 1991.
Just Stayrook?
Correct.
I know John Mazza is another, but Mark Roth was the first.
In 1980 in Alameda, California.
Yeah.
All right, kid, give us some history.
It's been made here this week as well. He's lost his ball reaction in terms of pin carry. I mean, he can still hit the pocket, but he's not able to shape it properly to knock all 10 down at once. That was a horrible break on a strike, and right now Dick Allen's in the driver's seat looking for his 7th career win. That's all he has to do is keep it on the lane and in the pocket, convert, and collect.
Talked at the outset, Randy, about one of the themes developing this season on the PBA Tour. And again, it's been some time since this really was a traveling tour, where it was really a grind, week in, week out. And you're seeing the reemergence of so many of those great talents that you and I witnessed in the mid, 2005, 2006, 2007. Wes Malott, Sean Rash, Dick Allen.
Right. Back when we bowled week after week after week. Now, keep in mind, typically the bowlers were used to bowling the World Series of Bowling after about a 2 or 3 month break.
Right.
Then coming in and bowling for 2 weeks, and then maybe some more time off, and then some tournaments sprinkled here and there. These players are coming in to this event after 8 tournaments.
The veterans understanding the grind maybe better than the youngsters. Not that we're not seeing young talent emerging and having good weeks, but as far as consistency is going, it seems like the vets are doing better.
It's interesting who's been popping up. I mean, Norm Duke winning back-to-back weeks, and
Jason Belmonte as well.
Well, that doesn't surprise anybody. But here's Dick Allen winning his for the 2nd time
this season
with a conversion there. There's his 2nd win of the year. And how about this? The only player to have won twice, other than Norm Duke, is another 40-year-old Norm Duke, 55 years old.
Get you some of that, son.
That's how it's done.
Get you some of that right here.
He's still not allowing himself to smile, is he, Randy?
I just think it's pretty cool.
Thank you, guys.
The multiple winners on tour this season. That man there and the great Norm Duke. You'll see Kyle Sherman again, though. Make no mistake about it.
Well, you might see him tomorrow night. He's in the Chameleon round of 16, which starts at noon. You're definitely going to see him Friday night in the USA versus the World competition at 8 Eastern on FS1. It was a good run from a young man. Remember, Sherman, a 290 in match 2. Took care of Rhino Page with a 229. Struggles here in the title match. 10-pin refusing to go down. And Dick Allen refused to budge. Come on, Messenger. Right across the face of the 10. But the damage has already been done.
Dick starts with a front 5, and then he doesn't strike again the rest of the game. And it doesn't matter.
Start strong, baby. Start strong.
Got out of the gates fast, never looked back.
Him about this resurgence this season. I have no idea. Maybe experience is kicking in. But he did give us an interesting line. When you get it, you better hit it.
Yes. That was a great line he dropped on us.
And he was hitting it tonight.
Yep.
And he's enjoying it, as he should. One of the more likable guys on the tour. Really, the entire tour is. I mean, there's not a soul out here that we don't enjoy being around, but Dick Allen is one of those guys that you get a little extra hop in your step. The smile's a little bit bigger when you see him.
Yep.
And remember, in qualifying, round of 8, he was down in best of 5, 0-2. He was 1 game away from not even making the show. I happened to sit down next to him, and he said, "Get away." He looked at me and he said, "Get away." And it was one of those getaways where I didn't know if he was serious or jerking me around.
Yeah.
And then he kind of smiled, and I went up to him. I said, "Listen, you're down 2. It's March Madness, man. This is chaos. People want drama. They want theater. They want you to come back and storm back and win 3 wins and get to the TV show. And then take the title home here in Detroit." Win number 2 on the year, 7 for his career, and he's standing by with Kimberly.
Guys, we almost got a smile out of him. See that right there? Oh, look, we get a smile. So, you know what, Dick, when we talked earlier, you said to me that previously you have not bowled well in this building. That was not the case today. You started out with the front five and you just never look back. How'd you figure out this pattern so quickly?
I don't know. It agrees with me. The short agrees with me as I get older. I'm not very good on the long anymore, but when we see it, we hit it.
Well, it's the second title that you've gotten this season. You're now tied with Norm. So talk to me a little bit about the resurgence of your career. You're here twice, 2019.
Man, I tell you what, it's a dream come true. You know, I never thought I'd win 2 titles in 1 year. Never thought I'd win one to begin with, so.
Well, you are here, and you did it in this arena. How amazing was it to bowl in front of all these people on live television?
Man, I tell you what, this is the first time, well, the second time I bowled in this bay, and I tell you what, this bay is awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Portland's got some competition.
Thank you so much for your time, Dick. Congratulations on your second win of 2019.
Career win number 7 for the 40-year-old.
You guys make the best stuff that I could ever ask for. Thank you.
So Dick Allen wins the title. We're back with you live tomorrow night right here on FS1 and the Fox Sports app, 8 Eastern. It's the PBA Chameleon Championship. That'll be the second of 5 straight nights of primetime PBA here on FS1. Your 1 seed, Dick Allen, stepped up and delivered tonight in Detroit. He wins his 2nd of the season, 7th of his career, and the resurgence for the South Carolina native continues. For Kimberly Pressler, Randy Peterson, and our entire FS1 PBA crew, I'm Rob Stone, signing off for tonight from Detroit. We'll see you right back here, 8 Eastern, tomorrow night.